two-hand shoving, throwing. Like, I saw some kicks thrown. Like, so the basketball team, bittersweet week.
Yep.
Mostly sweet, though. We are the Mountain West regular season champs for the first time in program history. So we will be the 1 seed going into the conference tournament, which I believe means that we will play. We play on Thursday, the winner of the 8 and 9 game. So I think that's New Mexico and Nevada, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Ended the season 24-7 overall, 15-3 in the conference, which is just insane. I mean, going into the year, neither of us had expectations this high. Neither of us even had hopes this high. Like,
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm just saying, like, so this is also a plug. I wrote an article about, like, just going over the season, and man, like, some of the headlines were worst free throw shooting team in the league, like 3 and 4.
Remember early on in the year we were talking about, like, oh, we're dropping these games, we can't hit a free throw. Like we thought we were cooked.
Yeah, like, and we lost to California State Bakersfield. That was bad.
Sheesh.
Then
39 points in a game.
Yeah, and then we lost to St. Louis, and we had 3-game losing streak at home.
Yeah,
and it was just ridiculous.
At that point, it seemed pretty rough. It did.
Yeah, and then
but credit, man, completely turned the season around. Like,
and that's the thing is,
ended the game on what was 21-3. Ended the season 21-3.
After that point,
nuts.
Yeah, like
nuts.
It's so ridiculous. Like, and then it was at the point where all these coaches were getting fired and everything at Boise State, and everyone was talking about how Gordy was probably going to get fired, the women's coach, and they're still kind of talking about that now.
What was that guy's name? The player that Leon Rice let go.
Oh, Dutrieve.
Yeah,
Dutrieve, and that
big decision.
That was going
big
to
decision.
Where Dutrieve, he was a pretty he was a starter, and he just decided to leave after they decided to start Tyson.
Credit to Leon Rice, man. Seriously, that could not have been an easy decision, and he got Mountain West Coach of the Year.
Yeah, he's for real. Like.
I forgot to add those in here, but yeah, Leon Rice, Mountain West Coach of the Year. Tyson got Freshman of the Year, and I believe Abu and Acott were second team.
I think it was
Mountain
Abu
West.
and Shaver.
Oh, right.
I'm assuming.
But either way, Abu snubbed from first team.
Yeah, I feel like they got snubbed. Like, we're first in the Mountain West, and we had no players in the first team.
Abu was amazing down the stretch, man.
He was clutch, especially
yeah.
And so I was kind of looking into this. So we had what was his name? It was. Why am I blanking?
I don't even know who you're thinking of.
He was a really great player for us last year. I'm gonna kill
Alston?
No.
Or was he the year before?
Was it?
Alston Jr.?
Yeah. He was great, and he ended up leaving last year, and everyone was like, "Oh, how are we gonna do?" Because we just have all these like juniors that are turning seniors, and we didn't know how they would step up and everything. And I looked, we are 4th in the preseason poll to projected. We were supposed to be behind Colorado State, Nevada, San Diego State, and then it would be us. Which
I saw even lower than that when I was looking around, but either way,
it was pretty bad. Like, and then we went 3 and 4. Everyone was like, "Dude, we suck." And then all of a sudden, Leon Rice did not care. He was like,
Credit to him, man. I don't always agree with his rotations sometimes, as you know. But he's awesome, dude. He's a good coach, and he made some tough decisions early on in the year. And I mean,
he's a funny
playing
guy.
Great. So credit to him, credit to the whole team. But
yeah.
So it is Tuesday today. A week ago, we beat Nevada 73-67. Abu Kijab had 23 points on 9 of 12 shooting, absolute stud, and it was his senior night. So they had the ceremony for him before the game, and then he just balls out, and we win. It was awesome. Shaver and Acott had 16 each. It was a really good win. The team played really well and locked up the Mountain West regular season title.
And then it fell apart.
And then the court storm fail, which is the next. We will get to that. And then at Colorado State on Saturday, tough loss, 71-68. Abu Kijab again played well. He had 15, 6, and 5. A rough ending for Marcus Shaver there. He last 2 possessions, there was a turnover and then a potential game-tying 3 that didn't draw a rim. I rewatched the ending. He got hacked on that turnover. He got hacked. He did. Which, I mean, obviously you still, do your best to hold on to the ball. But he got hacked, and Armus was open.
There's a ton of, spots this year, though, for Boise State where we got, absolutely, cheated.
It felt like it sometimes.
Like there's some times where it was
I wouldn't
like,
say cheated, but
there's
sometimes the
where it
whistles
was
went
like,
the wrong way.
Yeah, and there was quite a bit of times like, and I know we're gonna sound biased because we're from Boise State.
We are
but
biased, but
there was like, I mean, I would say I'm less. I feel like I'm more neutral. Like even though I report on them,
you might be more neutral on the basketball team. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I'm pretty neutral.
So you're just not really a basketball guy.
I would say I'm more. Yeah, I would say I'm very neutral for the basketball team because I mean I don't really like. I mean, of course, because it's for the school, but like I would say I'm not like a diehard, always been a fan or anything like that. I would say I'm pretty neutral with it.
Yeah. So the toughest part about this game was that
we got
lost
owned twice by Colorado State.
Well, not even that, but Colorado State is ranked now, and we
Dude,
are
that's BS.
No, they deserve it. It makes sense. But we were 26th in the AP poll, 7 points behind North Carolina. If we would have beat Colorado State, we would have been ranked. Like, guaranteed. So that hurts.
That sucks.
But at the same time, won the regular season title,
I feel like
one seed going into the conference tournament. We're going to March Madness. It's just a matter of what seed. So we will play on Thursday at, I believe, 1, maybe noon. Either way, it was something around there against the winner of New Mexico and Nevada. So that should be fun. Yeah, and that's all I got for basketball.
Well, if you think about the Colorado State games, this one I felt like we had a very solid chance of winning. Last one, I 100% think we should have won. The refs cheated us that way.
I didn't even get the chance to watch that one.
Well, that one was ridiculous because
I was out, and then there was the Super Bowl that day.
This
one I did watch.
They tried to push Abu out of bounds with like 1 second left because they turned it over, and it was like a foul. It should have been a foul because you're not allowed to push a player out of bounds. And then what they ended up doing was I think we ended up getting the ball, which we still should have won that because I think it was Marcus that missed a game-winning shot at that point.
Yeah.
But I feel like we should have won both of these games. I mean, I think personally,
either way,
I mean, we're a better team.
The odds of us getting another shot at them are pretty high.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the championship matchup.
We will see how that goes.
Either that or Mount. I think we have a really good shot. I think San Diego State has a really good shot. I think Wyoming.
San Diego State, or Wyoming especially, those two need to do well.
Yeah.
So they have more at stake than Boise State and Colorado State going into this conference tournament.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of on the bubble, especially Wyoming. They're one of the last 4 in right now. But anyway, we'll talk more about college basketball over the next couple of weeks for sure. March Madness is so close. So close. Selection Sunday will have happened by the time we record next episode, which... okay. All right. Now into what I thought was going to be the craziest part of the episode, and then, the NFL got lit on fire today.
Yep.
But yeah, so as we said, we won our first regular season title in Mountain West history, right? The last time Boise State won a conference title, we were in the Big Sky.
Well, that was
in the 80s.
Yeah, well, the first time we outright won a conference title was in the Big Sky in the 80s. We did end up tying and splitting it with the San Diego State in 2015.
Right.
But it wasn't our official own, we had to share it. So this is our first time we outright won a title in in the Mountain West.
So
which is really
were
cool.
you at the game?
I wasn't.
Okay, I was there. I'm going to tell this from my perspective first. Yeah. So there's a couple minutes left. We have a little bit of a lead, but it just felt like a win. Okay, everybody knew we were going to win that game for whatever reason. Abu was balling, as he does.
I mean, you're not going to drop that game. If you're Boise State, you ain't dropping that game.
And everybody knew that if that game was a win, we lock up the 1 seed, even if we lost the next game. Right. So there's a couple minutes left. The students start gathering in the walkways, the stairs.
Yeah.
So the whole student section behind the basket.
Yep.
Start gathering in the walkways across half of the arena, and I'm part of it, of course, because I'm a big fan. And they start gathering with a couple minutes left. One of the weird things to me after all this happened, thinking back, was that as we were gathering, President Trump, the president of the school, she was waving the students, she almost saying come down, come storm the court, because everybody knew that's what we were gonna do. But as we started gathering, the security and police or whatever, they put ropes around the court. And it was a thin rope and wasn't going to stop anything. But they put a rope up and they started standing along the perimeter of the court. So the buzzer sounds, we win. The players are all jumping around. They're all hyped and everything like that. And students start going. Mm-hmm. And at first, a lot of people got through and they start celebrating with the team. And we're like, okay, this is going to be a great moment. Like, we're going to celebrate with the team. It's going to be awesome. And then the security guards and the cops ruined it.
Yep.
They did you see any videos or anything?
Yep, I did. Well, I wrote plenty of articles on this.
Yeah. Yep. So the videos I saw weren't even as bad as what I saw in person. By the time I got down there were a lot of people laying on the ground, and I like run up, and there's someone in front of me, and we're both running, and we like duck under the rope, and we're running towards the court. He gets away, so he got to go in, and I get like 2 hands shoved by a police officer and knocked down. Dang. And as I'm on the ground, I see that same guy. He like grabbed a girl like by the arms, by the shoulder, and he like threw her to the ground, and she hit her head. So they looked like they've been waiting for that moment their whole life, like full on, like 2 hands shoving, throwing. Like, I saw some kicks thrown. Like, it was ridiculous and embarrassing, and it really put like a damper on a really what could have been a great moment. And it was a great moment. Like, we won the conference. The players were taking selfies with all the students that did get on, cut the net, all that. But, it was just overshadowed a little bit by the security guards at Extra Mile and the police officers that were there being, terrible people. Mm-hmm. Maybe not, but, they were being overly aggressive with guys and girls, throwing, kicking, pushing. It was ridiculous.
Yep.
So fast forward to the next day. The Extra Mile Arena posts on Twitter a statement, and they say that the school had a plan in place to get the opposing team out and let students on the court, and security just didn't follow it. Mm-hmm. So we were supposed to be allowed to rush the court, and security just didn't follow the plan to allow us to do so, which makes it even more frustrating. Mm-hmm. And so now they say, the athletics department, I believe it was, said they have a surprise plan for the students to make it up to us.
I heard some funny suggestions I told you about.
I don't know what it is. I hope that they fly the team back for Selection Sunday, sit them on the court in chairs, put the Selection Sunday broadcast on the big screen, and let the students watch with the players in the arena. I think that would be awesome. That would make up for everything for me. What I think they'll do is probably give away like a rally towel or like a mini basketball or something to 20 winners. We'll see what happens, but it was a bit of a disaster. A lot of people got hurt. I'm sure that there are some. I wonder if anyone's gonna press charges.
I haven't heard about any charges being made or anything like that.
Because it was aggressive. Like, people got hurt.
It was pretty bad.
It was bad.
So like I said earlier, I had to write a story about this, so I had to kind of figure it out. I didn't go to the game because I didn't want to jinx anyone. You're welcome.
Thank you for that.
Every Boise State fan. You should be thanking me. I should be getting thank you notes.
You're not watching March Madness.
Trust me, I won't be watching. I'm not watching it anyways. I might report on it though. But so I had to report on this. I had to figure out how other people. The Barstool Broncos one that got pretty popular with the guy who got like absolutely just like punched and decked by like. Mm-hmm. I interviewed him.
Oh, you did?
It. Yeah, I interviewed him. He was. It was so weird because like I'm putting it together and I'm trying to piece what happened because, and I've known this because of what I've like experienced from like reporting on Boise State. Boise State likes to hide stuff. Boise State, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but they like to hide stuff. I don't
have any knowledge of this, so I will just be quiet.
Yeah, they like to hide stuff. They push things under the table. They only mention, and when they have to mention something, they mention the bare minimum. So with this, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a miscommunication where the police and like all the guards were told not to let them on the court, and Marlene Trump wasn't like aware of it or something like that. Because
you think they just put out that statement saying there was a plan, like just because of the backlash, and they want to push the blame to extra mile? Is that what you're saying?
What I thought before you said the Marlene Trump thing, which was kind of confusing to me, was that because you said she was like, but
and it's possible it could have meant something else. But as all the students are gathering, and I see her doing this,
but I didn't hear about that. But what I pieced together before I heard that was that Boise State, they told the people to do that, because why would they put a rope there, and why would they have a ton of security if they didn't want them to storm the court?
There's security at every game, but
like they beefed it up more for this game.
Yeah,
and they had the rope there and everything, so it seemed like they didn't want them to storm.
They have a chance. They have a chance to make it up with this, whatever this surprise is. My expectations are a little high now. Like you got to make up for this, because you really ruined for a lot of people what could have been an amazing moment. And if you got on the court, congratulations, because obviously the players loved it, and it looked awesome. So congrats. And you know what the most salty part of all this was for me?
What?
Colorado State beat us on Saturday.
They stormed the court.
They didn't win the conference. They didn't win anything. They just won the game. They stormed the court, no problems.
Yep. Well, that was a stupid thing.
We win the conference for the first time ever. And
Wyoming storms the court every other game, and we can't do this. And like I said, I think Boise State said that announcement just to save face and blame it on the security guards. I don't think this is my prediction. There's nothing to back this up. Like, there's no anything. This is just my personal opinion and what I think is going to happen. I think Boise State is just using them as a scapegoat, not going to fire any of them because they know that they're in the wrong, and they know they told them that to do what they did.
We'll have to see, because they said they're bringing in a third party to investigate the footage.
I think that they're not going to... I think they might punish them for being too harsh with not letting them on the court, but I think they're going to make the argument that they are told to do it, and Boise State is just doing that just for publicity, just to not be like, oh yeah, we told them not to storm the court or anything like that. But that's what I personally think. Either that, or what I was kind of thinking while you're telling you what happened, was maybe the net, the wiring, whatever was there, so that they wouldn't storm the court during the game, like before the game ended.
That's possible.
And maybe that's why. And there was a
disconnect. About that.
But for me personally, I
that's
think
definitely
it's very
possible.
hard to believe that
I think the way
people were forcibly doing all the things they did willingly, and they weren't told to do it in any way.
I think the way that they approach this surprise, or however they're going to make it up, I think the way they approach that is going to be telling. Like, if it's something small or whatever and seems unplanned, then it would make...
That's what I think is going to happen.
Then it would make sense that maybe they just were trying to save face. But if it's something like what I'm suggesting, like the watch party for Selection Sunday with the team there, then I would be more inclined to believe that they are truly sorry and there was actually a plan. But... We'll have to see.
But yeah, so what I think they're going to happen for the announcement thing they're going to do is, I don't think they're going to fly them, because I know how with the football team they had a whole issue with the traveling during for the bowl game, and they screwed up everything and had to cancel the bowl game because of all their poor traveling plans. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I hope they do that, but I don't know if that's realistically what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a wishy-washy, last-minute plan, like he said, but, I mean, just hope for the best, I guess.